so that the eye goes off. There is some eye, it seems, on the foot. So, and Lakshmi gets unhappy and she leaves him. That's how the Venkateshwara Mahatma unfolds the story.
Venkateshwara Mahatmyam, huh?
Yeah.
See, it begins with this particular episode.
Yeah.
Venkateshwara Mahatmyam. So I think it must be popular among those who know these stories and chant these.
Guruji, even Tiruvannamalai, Arunachala hill also is considered to be a place of siddhis.
Siddhas.
Yeah, correct. Place of Siddhas. Yeah, generally wherever there are mountains, even if you, I'm sure if you go to Marudamalai, it's also a place of Siddhas right here, Coimbatore, and the entire range, Nilgiri range.
Pambati Siddhar.
Pambati Siddhar, Marudamalai, very famous. And there is a Pambati. The cave is also there. You can see the Pambati Siddhar. The cave that leads to the place where Pambati was living. He used to come from there to the temple, it seems, every day. What stories we have? Correct, Pambati Siddhar. There is a professor. She's written a book. She is working here close by Avinashi Lingam Institute. She wrote a book on all the Siddhas who lived in Tamil Nadu. Okay, how do I know this? Because she's writing a book on Surdas and Tulsidas. Okay, not Surdas and Tulsidas, Surdas and Kabir Das. Tulsidas is already written. She's translating the works of Surdas from Hindi to Tamil. Kabir Das, Hindi to Tamil. Hindi or that particular dialect to Tamil. So that our Tamil people can become aware of Surdas. So we are sponsoring that project. Asha Seva Kendram is sponsoring that project. So it's in the works. And so we are looking forward to that. So she has written that book. So she's a professor, head of the department of Hindi in this institute. And of course, she's very good in Tamil also. So she's traveled. She used to live in other parts of India before settling down in Tamil Nadu. So she's gifted that way. And so that Siddha reminded me of her. Yeah, Bhagya, go ahead.
Jaykumarji, why Krishna is saying here I'm Siddha? I thought Siddha means is they're already jnanis, right? They already achieved the moksha and everything. So he's just because of this, I think this is Vibhuti Yoga or something. So he's saying that I'm in there, everybody, or I am everybody, is that's why he's saying that?
So Siddha has two meanings. In the context of Vedanta, a Siddha Purusha is one who is a jnani, who is a Brahmajnani. But this is not, context is not Vedanta. Siddha is somebody who has miraculous powers. Siddha is somebody who has siddhis, not Brahmajnana, siddhis. And some power or the other is there. So levitation, the person can levitate like this. Sit and then just go up like this. Okay? Or a person can live without eating food. That also came in the news. It keeps coming up all the time. That somebody who's been living like that, and they show videos also, and really the person is there. And that's a siddhi. Somebody can live without breathing for years. These are all possible. These are not impossible. And everything are kept under control. So the minute you can control these things, it's possible. So these are all called siddhas. They're all siddhas, nothing to do with Brahmajnana, correct? So here he's talking about that the Kapila Muni, who is not only having miraculous powers, siddhis, but also has Brahmajnana. Therefore, Siddhanam Kapilaha Munihi. Like that, Krishna talks. Are you following me, Bhagyaji?
Yeah, because I did read somewhere, Kapila Muni is teaching Vedanta to his mom.
Yeah, so yeah, he's a Brahmajnani, correct.
Brahmajnani. So he's because here Krishna also says he is Siddha. So he's
Yeah.
already achieved
Yeah.
and he is Brahmajnani also.
Brahmajnani and Siddhas. He has some miraculous powers.
Okay.
One can have miraculous powers without jnanam. One can have jnanam without miraculous powers. One can have jnanam and miraculous powers. One need not have jnanam, need not have miraculous powers also. Correct? So Kapila is in that category of one who has miraculous powers, siddhis, and jnanam also.
Okay.
That is why he is mentioned here.
Dhanyawad.
Thank you.
Guruji, Patanjali Yoga Sutra talks about Vibhuti Yoga, where he talks about Ashtasiddhis and all that. Samyama, he says. If you can meditate on certain, he gives some techniques. There, I don't think he's quoting Brahmavit. He's just saying if you can meditate on these things like sun, moon, he says, various, basically he's talking about siddhis.
Ashtasiddhis.
Ashtasiddhi. And I think Hanuman is a good example of having siddhis plus a Brahmavit.
Correct, correct. So, yeah, so Hanuman is a good example. And basically, you become what you meditate on. That's it. So you meditate on the sun, then you will as though become the sun. You have the powers that the sun will have. That's the idea here. And so that's that's true. People have shown that. So it is true. We can believe that. And there is a person who meditated on Hanuman, and that person got a tail, it seems. The story I've heard. I heard the story. And so it's anything is possible. It's possible. We become what we meditate. Therefore, that in Siddhis it will work. In Siddhis it will work. But for Brahma Jnanam, you can't say, these classes are boring, but I like to meditate. And so I keep on meditating. It won't work. It won't work. Classes are boring means that's your karma. So that is, and my karma also, of course. But your karma, because you only said it's boring. I didn't say it is boring. But so Brahma Jnanam, it may not work. Yeah, Lakshmi ji, go ahead.
When we were very small, Guruji, whenever we had fever and things like that, my grandmother who used to sit next to us, and she would put little vibhuti in her hand, and she would chant the Indrakshi mantra, I believe, Stotram, 9 times, and then she'll keep it on our forehead, and the fever would come down.
Yeah.
She had done so much of japa, Indrakshi mantram.
See that.
And definitely the fever would come down.
See that.
And she had got that upadesham from somebody. And then in our neighbors' houses also, if somebody had fever, they would call Pati konja vandu vechit pongo. So and she would sit next to the child and she would chant, I believe. And then she would keep the vibhuti and the fever would reduce.
Yeah. So here these days I see a lot of people doing Reiki. Okay.
Huh.
Reiki. I don't know what Reiki is. I really have not studied it, but they do it and sitting somewhere else also. Not even sitting next to the person. Wherever they are, they will think of you, whatever, and the situation, and then they transfer the energy to you, and they solve problems. This is common. This has become very common. I think these days Reiki is popular. It looks like. And so everybody is talking about, I mean, many people, wherever they, those who are knowing this, and some people know Reiki also. They won't talk about it, but they know. They, suddenly in some conversation, and they'll tell you, yeah, I'm a Reiki meditator. They say.
It's pranic healing.
Even pranic healing, Guruji.
Pranic healing. See that? Pranic healing.
And these
In my
girls, they apply only vibhuti on their, they live applying vibhuti on themselves, because I've met a siddhar like that.
Mhm.
3-4 days he didn't eat anything. I mean, he was in Bangalore in one ashram, and we went every day, and only smearing vibhuti he has lived.
Yeah, yeah. Hear a lot of such stories.
And he had one Navapashanam lingam also.
Okay.
All the 5 days, he has not even had one drop of water.
And he was trying to cure somebody else. Is that the idea?
Yes. And
Yeah.
I don't, somebody had invited him to their house, and we all went. I went for all the 5 days, and there were a lot of people who were coming and, taking his blessings. So, and we had not had even one drop of water. And we had one vessel full of vibhuti, and I don't know, he would apply it on his face and on his body and all those things. It was quite amazing. Not even one drop of water for 5 days.
I see. Was he talking also or no?
He was talking. That is not at a regular, I mean, no pravachanam and all those things. And just yes or no, something like that. And mainly action.
Right.
Very calm and composed, and there was a lot of divinity in him. And
Definitely.
just wanted to share about that Indrakshi Stotram.
Yeah.
Bhati used to tell, and like she would keep the vibhuti, and 100% the fever would come down.
Yeah.
What and she used to do japam every day also. 108 times she used to do that. It was kept going.
Yeah.
Dhanyawada Guruji.
Vidya Upasakas are there. Some of them.
Jai Kumarji, in my Harikathamrita Sara, we study Kapila Suladi. I mean, it's like this type of one, like a padam. So in there, every morning you get up and then you need to say Kapila, 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 Kapila 7 times. You have to do that every day morning. Then, it's whatever the bad things or bad omen you have, it will be gone. That's what it says. In that one, they say, Kapila, when he was teaching his mom, Vedanta. That's where so I just wanted to share that with you.
Kapila taught his mother Vedanta. That story comes there. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
And Skanda taught his father Vedanta. And we are worshipping Shiva also. Krishna and Shiva. Teach us what Skanda taught you. Good. Any chat messages? Okay. All right. We'll conclude. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalasahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanathaye Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalasahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanathaye Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya धन्वन्तरये अमृतकलशहस्ताय सर्वामयविनाशनाय त्रैलोक्यनाथाय श्रीमहाविष्णवे नमः.